An airplane mixed with flesh and decay suddenly appeared in the city sky. An unknown virus somehow gave the rusty metal flesh and life, turning it into a bloodthirsty flying monster. The infected sky, like a ghostly hunter, would stealthily approach from behind whenever a wild airplane appeared, and without a word, slide in to break its wings.
In just an instant, the Boeing burst into flames in the air. Unable to escape, everyone could only turn to ashes with it. Faced with such a severe level 3 hazard, human fighter jets immediately took off, and missiles capable of destroying everything were already poised to launch.
To avoid any survivors in the cabin, the fighter jet had to fly close to ensure no more casualties would occur. After confirming there were no survivors in the cabin, the fighter jet immediately accelerated, then performed an inverted maneuver to hover in front of the monster. In an instant, 2 missiles were launched. The missiles hit directly, and fierce flames immediately erupted on both sides of the infected sky engine. However, instead of retaliating, it chose to crash straight into the building in front. For some reason, this scene felt incredibly familiar. Now it's too late to stop it, and we can only let it crash.
But little did they know, once the infected sky lands, the virus hidden within will rapidly spread until the entire area is infected.
The flying giant coon opened its head, revealing densely packed sharp teeth capable of tearing apart any object. The trapped fighter jet was caught in its bite, about to be swallowed whole. It was originally an ordinary passenger plane, but during its flight, it encountered a mysterious wormhole. The energy around it generated lightning, and suddenly a bolt struck the plane, causing it to mutate. A mysterious virus infected the aircraft. Perhaps it was a blessing in disguise, as the plane became a monster, covered in sharp teeth, wanting to tear everything apart. Seeing the unusual situation in front of him, the captain knew he couldn't break through the wall, and if he delayed any longer, the plane would definitely crash. Thinking of his flight attendant wife and a lot of money, after hesitating for a moment, he made up his mind to escape before the plane crashed. He put on a parachute, ready to save himself. Ignoring the passengers' pleas, he abandoned everyone and jumped off before the plane went through the wormhole. However, under the influence of the wormhole, all the passengers underwent a transformation. Their flesh and blood, mixed with fear and hatred, merged with the aircraft, turning into an even more terrifying monster. The infected sky had already targeted the captain, who narrowly escaped before he could even celebrate. Staring at the giant mouth that could devour everything, the captain was stunned and at a loss. Fortunately, his brother arrived in time, reminding the captain to escape on a jet fighter. Soon, a showdown between the rulers of the sky unfolded. They were ready to eliminate this monstrous plane, but the mutated infected sky had gained life and could sense all malice. Just as the fighter jet locked onto the monster and prepared to launch a missile, the infected sky ahead suddenly performed a cobra maneuver, flipping 360 degrees to the rear of its companion. At this moment, its head split open, revealing a giant mouth full of sharp teeth, and with a burst of speed, it bit the fighter jet, swallowing its prize. The infected sky immediately became excited and jubilant. This was the key to replenishing its energy. After evolving, it would become even more powerful. Looking at its prey, it let out a roar, swung its head, and almost shattered the jet fighter piloted by the captain. Fortunately, the captain, with his top-notch piloting skills, successfully controlled the plane. The enraged captain was ready to take down the infected sky to avenge his companion. But at that moment, the monster, comparable to a giant sky whale, opened its enormous mouth, filled with hatred, wanting to tear apart the humans in front of it. A few snaps missed, but with a sudden acceleration, it swallowed the jet into its belly, not feeling the flesh it was ready to digest. Watching the captain parachute away again, the infected sky grew 4 spider legs from the mech and continued to pursue the target after landing at the airport. At this moment, the plane's head was full of murderous intent. Although the captain kept apologizing to them, he couldn't alleviate the pain and hatred of the passengers inside. Many people wonder why commercial flights aren't equipped with parachutes, and from this, it's clear that if something happens, the captain will definitely be the first to run. The claw did not directly kill the captain, but at this moment he had no way to escape. After transmitting the pain within to the captain, he would also merge with the passengers. He was swallowed whole by the infected sky. Do you think if the captain hadn't run away, the passengers would have been saved?